afternoon, children. So today I think we completed a chapter and we'll come to chemistry part, and the most important chapter for your exam. It carries 14 marks, and so due to that we have to concentrate more on this. And this chapter has unique what method of understanding compared to all other chapters, because this is the chapter which has little interesting facts. Then we will try to find. So chapter is carbon and its compounds. Carbon and its compounds. Okay. I think last year you studied about elements, okay, and compounds. And there is one element called carbon, which you have studied about that. And you know very well, carbon is a non-metal, and this is a 17th abundant element in the earth crust. Okay, carbon. And it has unique nature compared to all living beings. It has unique nature. Okay, it is found in free state as well as combined state. Okay, so here so this study of carbon and its related elements have been grouped on one more group. So that is called organic chemistry. Okay, so whatever you studied about the ions, metal oxides, non-metals, metalloids, whatever you studied, they all were confined only to inorganic chemistry, means the one which were extracted from earth crust, and about that you studied. But this is different, because this carbon is where it is actually carbon present. Okay, see, it is present in the form of comment form I told. Okay, so in the earth crust its presence is very bigger, very less. Okay, it is present in the form of carbonates, hydrogen carbonates. Okay, and even petroleum, coal gas, they all are compounds of hydrogen only, but their percentage is only 0.02%, 0.02. Okay, and in the atmosphere its percentage is only 0.03%. Carbon dioxide, in the form of carbon dioxide, is present in the atmosphere, 0.02%. Okay, but still it has very immense, very much importance in this, because first of all, carbon is a poor conductor of electricity. Exception case. There are some exception cases. Graphite is good conductor of electricity. Okay. And in this, the force of attraction between the molecules are not stronger, not as strong as others. Okay. Then when you want to study this, you have to know where they are present. How can we detect the presence of carbon? Okay. See, for example, the food you are eating. Okay. Food, fruits, paper, plant product, animal product, all of them are made up of carbon only. 90%, whatever the materials we are using, all of them are made up of carbon only. Only the things which we use for as physical elements, like container is there, vessels are there, steel containers, iron containers, metal containers, copper wires, silver wires, gold, these all are very few. But almost 90% of our daily life will contain or is made up of carbon. See, for example, I will tell you how to detect. You take a paper and burn. What do you get it? You get black color powder. So that if it is black color ash or powder, that it confirms that there is a presence of carbon. Or you take sugar, just fry over the pan without anything, just to put the sugar and fry it. So after some time you find that the sugar particles become black in color. So that shows presence of carbon. Okay. Here, because that's why I told, this carbon is, and this carbon products are many millions in number, not hundreds or thousands in number, many millions in numbers, in different forms. Organic compounds, in the form of organic compounds, they are in different forms and with combinedly with different elements. It has combination with chlorine, nitrogen, sulfur, hydrogen. Okay, So these all are combined. This carbon will come has a property, different property. So due to that its unique nature, it will have formed different or many number of compounds. Okay. Then how the bonding take place? But you should know what is bonding. See, till now you might not know what is actually bonding. Okay. You may be knowing that ionic bonds are present in the ionic compounds. What are the ionic compounds here? See, for example, if sodium chloride, in this case what is there? One is positive radical, one is negative radical. So these both are having different symbols, they have different properties, but when they combine they become a single entity. So that forms a compound. But here these are called ions. These are called ions. But how they are held? Ionic bonds are very stronger because they are held very strong. In the sense, but what is that? Ionic bonds are very strong. Means how will you prove that? Okay. So physically we cannot separate them. Or if we heat sodium chloride, boiling point is higher. It boils. It takes more time, nearly 2000, 3000 Kelvin. And melting point, it will not melt. So due to that, ionic compounds are having higher boiling and higher melting point. Okay, iron, silver, gold, they all are metals. They all are formed. They form different compounds by combination, but they all are having strong bonds, ionic compounds. But the carbon compounds are formed by joining or by sharing of electrons. See here what happens actually. In the ionic compounds, there is exchange of ions. Exchange of ions takes place in the ionic compounds. Where? Ionic compounds. But in the case of covalent compounds, we call covalent compounds. I will tell what is actually covalent compounds. Yes. These are held by each other by a very weak, not comparatively weak or strong, medium. That bond is called covalent bond. Okay, covalent bond. And see, here I told there is what, either it will give or lose electron. See, sodium I told, sodium is having atomic number 11. It gives 1 electron. Means it becomes how much? 11 means 1 electron becomes 10 electron. Okay. It becomes 10 electron. Means it will donate electron. One will donate and one will receive the electron in the case of ionic compounds. But covalent compounds, they are formed by sharing of electrons. They share the electrons. Okay, I will tell how it is. I will tell you in next class. Okay. So covalent compounds are the compounds which are held by covalent bonds. They are weaker bonds compared to ionic bonds, and almost see, for example, hydrogen, this bond is covalent bond. Means even though they are molecules, they form covalent compounds. Like oxygen is there. Oxygen is, we write like this. Actually, we write oxygen like this, O2. Hydrogen we write S2. Means these internally they are held by what? Bonds formed by sharing of electrons. Okay. Then how it will form, actually we will learn now we will try to find it. Okay. So carbon has very unique feature, very unique property, because carbon exhibits allotropy. But what is allotropy? Here allotropy means elements exist in 2 or more forms with different physical properties. Their physical properties are different and various chemical properties are same. Different physical properties but chemical properties are little same. Okay. And they are called allotropy. Such properties called allotropy. And these allotropes are the compounds or elements. For example, allotropes are formed due to the arrangement of atoms. See, how the allotropes are formed? These are formed due to arrangement of carbon atoms in a particular structure. Okay. So allotropes, carbon exists in two forms of allotropes. One is crystalline and another is amorphous. Okay. So crystalline includes what? Diamond and graphite. Graphite and diamond. Okay. Graphite and diamond. But in the case of amorphous, there is coal, okay, and charcoal, lamp black, all of them are what? Amorphous form of carbon. Means these are easily breakable compared to crystalline. They are in the form of crystals. Okay, now we'll try to find out how the diamond is arranged, how the molecules of diamond is arranged, because diamond is one of the hardest form of what? Substance. Okay, hardest known substance, and graphite is smooth substance. Even though they are made up of carbon atoms, but due to molecular arrangement of atoms, they are having different structure. One is soft and one is tough. So diamond is hardest substance. That's why diamond is used to cut the glasses. For cutting glasses, we use diamonds. Okay, and it has many use even in what? In extracting ores also it has uses. Okay. Now, how the arrangement of molecules are there in diamond? We'll see. See, arrangement of molecules. This is actually carbon. Okay, carbon is held like this. It is held like this. Again, it is held like this. Again, there is carbon like this. It is held like this. Okay, it is a long chain like this. So these carbons, see, it is a 3D structure. Actually, it is a 3D structure. Means what? It has three-dimensional figure. Three-dimensional figure, and here we cannot see one part of the arrangement. Only front part you can see. So back front you can observe in net and all. It is easily available. Okay. Here, so it is three-dimensional structure and network structure. These all are held very strongly. But how they are held? You say carbon is the hardest, diamond is the hardest substance. So due to that hardness means there is strong bonding. Strong bonding due to carbon atoms. Arrangement is in this way. That's why we cannot cut carbon. Sorry, diamond. But diamond can be used to cut many things like stone, different varieties of granite and all. We are able to cut it, but we cannot cut diamond. Okay. Then, what about graphite? Arrangement of graphite. I told her, physical properties are same, chemically they are same. What? Chemical properties, actually what I mean here, they differ in physical properties. Allotropes means physically they are same, carbon only. This also carbon, this also carbon, but chemically they are different. So due to that nature, they are strong, they are smooth. Okay. Now, what is the arrangement of particles? This is actually diamond. Okay. So arrangement particles is like this hexagonal. Atoms are held in the form of what? A hexagon structure like this. Like this. Again it is like this. Okay. Again there is continuation. Like this. So I told these are arranged in form of layers. They are in the form of like you know, slice, bread slice. Will keep one below the other, one below the other. Like that only they are stacked. These arrangement is in the form of stack. That's why pencil, writing pencil contains Graphite only. If you sharp it, you will get little different types of layers in form of powder. So that is because easily you can sharp, because upper layer it is cover moving, again second layer come, again you sharp it, third layer, fourth layer. So that's why it is very smooth and diamond is very tough. So allotropes are the substances or which are having same physical properties but differ in their which have same chemical properties but differ in their physical properties. That's why I told physical means hard and smooth. Okay. This is about one nature of allotrophic nature of carbon. Here there are many number of atoms of carbon attached here, and there is one more form of allotrope called fullerenes. Or it is also called Buckminster's fullerenes. Okay. See, in the fullerenes, number of carbon atoms are more than the number. Means there may be, see, this may contain only few carbon like 10, 20, 30, 40. But largest number is present is what? Fullerenes. It contains C60. Means 60 carbon atoms are arranged in the form of a, or in the form like football. You know, football you have seen, football. Like this it has what? Like this structure. Okay. Like this structure it has, correct? No? So the football structure it is having for this fullerenes, and this is also called Buckminster's, because Buckminster, this was found by one architect called what? This is found by US architect, because he was an architect. He was an architect. Okay. He had made a dome. He had made a dome in what? America. Okay. United States America only. So based due to his architect nature, they gave the name as fullerenes, Buckminster's fullerenes. Okay. So this is about allotropy and allotrophic nature. And now we'll try to find different nature, how carbon will behave. What is the nature of carbon, or what is the uniqueness of carbon? Why carbon is unique than other elements? We'll try to find. Okay, why carbon is unique? Can you tell? Carbon is unique in nature because it has a property of self-linking with other elements, that is called catenation. Two reasons are there. One is self-linking property of carbon. Self-linking property of carbon. So that's why due to this nature it is unique. And one more is tetravalency of carbon. Tetravalency nature of carbon. So before understanding what is self-linking and what is tetravalency, we will try to find about actually where is carbon, what is the atomic number, okay, how the electrons are arranged. Okay. Now carbon atomic number is 6. Okay. So electronic configuration is 2 and 6, means it is 1s2, okay, 2s2, 2p4. Okay. So atomic number of carbon is 6. Electron configuration is 2 and 4, means first orbit contains 2 electrons and second orbit, s orbit contains 2 electrons and p orbit contains 2 electrons, because 2 and 4. So first orbit and second. Actually the capacity of first is only how much? 2 electrons. Second is how much? 8 electrons. Oh, out of 8, 4 we wake up. Now how many are remaining? 4. Then Why carbon is special? Because carbon has the self-linking capacity and it is tetravalent in nature. Means its valency is how much? Valency of carbon is C4 plus. Means it can lose 4 electron or gain 4 electron. Actually the concept of gaining or losing will not work here, because this carbon is a covalent compound, covalent in nature. So due to covalency in nature, what happens here? Carbon will share the electrons. How it will share? It will share with other elements like hydrogen, nitrogen, sulfur, chlorine, bromine, iodine. With all substances it will share the electrons, and it has capacity to form as many number of compounds as possible. I told nearly millions of compounds are formed of carbon, because it has capacity of self-linking. But there is one more element which is also what? Tetravalent, which is that silicon. Silicon is also tetravalent only. It is having 4 valency, but its self-linking ability is very less. It is confined only to 8 or 7 or 8 elements, and it will combine and be quiet. But existing is carbon has ability to form as many number of elements or compound is possible, it will form it. Okay. Now the self-linking property of carbon and formation of many new compounds is called catenation. Tetravalency is, it is having 4 valency, it has capacity to share the electrons. 4 electrons can share because of its vacant 4 electrons. Means it is able to share, because in this case of carbon, ions will never work. There is no concept related to ions in this chapter called carbon compounds. Only there is covalency nature. It will act as a covalent compound. And how it is formed? Okay. Now we will try to find self-linking capacity or linking property. How self-linking? See, this will share the electrons, but how it will share? I will give one example. First of all, you should know what is organic chemistry. And you should know one more word called hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons. Organic compounds means almost all the compounds which are available from the living source of the environment are called organic compounds, and the study of that is called organic chemistry. Living source. And hydrocarbons are those where carbon is linked with hydrogen and form many new compounds by self-linking and by covalent bond. But how covalent bond is formed, we will see here. So there are some compounds related to carbon. Carbon has, I will give an example, carbon. Okay, this is carbon. In the last orbit, how many electrons it has? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Suppose you will combine, because you will combine hydrogen with carbon. Now what happens? Here one hydrogen you can keep, one hydrogen you keep, one hydrogen. You should know, whenever there is sharing of electrons also, they should attain a noble gas configuration, octet structure. Okay, now, so hydrogen has one atom. One atom. Okay, means hydrogen will attain stability because it will share the electrons how much? 2. 2 is whose atom number is 2 here? Helium. Okay, means nearest noble gas configuration is acquired by any atom when it is sharing the electron with from other element or with other element. Okay, and even here also 2 electrons, here also 2 electrons, here also 2 electrons. Okay, now coming to carbon. Carbon, if it wants to become what, or if it want to attain, or if it want to become stable, if it attains, if it wants to acquire noble gas configuration, this will share the electrons of hydrogen. It become like this. So here see how many atoms are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Octet structure. Okay. But in the case of formation of covalent bond, 2 elements, 2 dots. Actually, this actual dot structure is not there for you. So for your understanding, I told. So 2 elements, 2 dots will form a single bond. It forms a bond like this. C H H H H. So 2 dots come and form one bond. 2 dots, one bond. 2 dots, one bond. 2 dots, one bond. So this is actually first element, first compound of organic compound called methane. What? It's called methane. Okay. Means whenever any element, any compound is formed by with the help of single bond. These are all single bond. So such elements are called saturated compounds. Compound which are formed by the which are formed by the single electrons, sharing of electrons and forming a single bond is called saturated compounds. And if they contain 2 or 3 bonds, such compounds are called unsaturated compounds. Okay, so these saturated compounds is one group, unsaturated compounds is one group. Okay, then we will study this one by one in your next class. Okay children, tomorrow we will continue the chapter, and whatever the next concept is, we will discuss it. So don't try to keep close the textbook and sit, open textbook, read it, try to understand it, and it will be clear when you read textbook and when you listen the video with your headphone. Okay, and if nothing is clear, don't worry, because what are the points, notes are there, I am sending to you, sharing with you, don't worry. Okay, so please concentrate on the studies. Test is nearing. I will give the chapters for what portion for your test also. Thank you. Have a nice day.